Hola, welcome back to another step of Step by Step Spanish. I hope all of you are doing great and I hope that your Spanish learning process is going phenomenal as well. So, starting from step number one up until now, we have learnt the basic of Spanish, starting from the alphabets, then going on to nouns, their numbers, their genders, then moving on to the regular verbs, the different types of regular verbs the verbs that end in AR, ER, IR, and then we started with the irregular verbs. We have done the verb ser, estar, haber, and today we are going to do another very important verb, which is tener. Okay, so let's start. So the verb that we are going to do today is an irregular verb. The verb is called tener, which means has or to have. Okay, so tener is an irregular verb, and we have already done that irregular verbs are the verbs that do not follow the pattern of the conjugation. So the first thing that we will do about the verb tener is the conjugation. So the conjugation of the verb tener, which means has or have, is this. For you, the conjugation is tengo, yo tengo, tú tienes. So yo tengo, tú tienes, él, ella, usted tiene, nosotros, nosotras tenemos, vosotros, vosotras tenéis, and ellos, ellas, ustedes, it is tienen. Okay, so tener is an irregular verb, and that is why it is not following the pattern of conjugations, which generally the regular year ending verbs follow. So it is an irregular verb, and the conjugation is yo tengo, tú tienes, él, ella, usted tiene, nosotros, nosotras tenemos, vosotros, vosotras tenéis, ellos, ellas, ustedes tienen. Where do we use the verb tener? So the first usage of the verb tener, as the name suggests, is to tell the possession, whether you have something, whether you possess something. What I mean by that is the direct possession. For I want to say, I have three cars. Okay, so if I want to say I have three cars, okay, so I have, tener is to have, but when I use that in the sentence, I need to conjugate tener for I, which is yo. So I will say, yo tengo tres coches. The use of yo is completely optional. If I don't write yo and write only tengo, that is also grammatically and perfectly right. Okay. But if I want to say, for example, if I want to say they all have 10 books. Okay. If I want to say they all have 10 books. So they all will become ellos. Again, the use of ellos is completely optional. Ellos tienen 10 libros. If I want to say Juan uh, has, if I want to say Juan has, um, so if I want to say Juan has a red car. If I want to say Juan has a big house. So if I want to say Juan has a big house. So it is going to be Juan tiene una casa grande. While why I have used casa here and grande here, this will make more sense when we do adjectives. Okay, right now we have not done adjectives. So rather, so If I want to say Kwan has two houses, so if I want to say Kwan has two houses, okay, then I can say Kwan tiene dos casas. Okay, so whenever we are talking about the possession, the direct possession, either I have this or anybody else has it. Whenever we are talking about the direct possession of anything, we always use the verb tener. A very important use of the verb tener is to tell age, whether you're telling your age to somebody or whether you are asking someone's age, we always use the verb tener, always. There is no exception to this rule. We always use the verb tener to tell the age or to ask for the age. Old is Martha, so I will always say, ¿Cuántos años tiene Marta? Here, Martha is third person. Okay, so I'm using this third person. So this means how old is Martha? Okay, but similarly, if I'm asking how old are you, so I will also use the verb tener only. Okay, but if I'm using it for two, the conjugation will be for two. Here, Martha was third person in the first sentence, so that is why I had used the third person. But when we are talking about the second person, we will use the second person conjugation of the verb tener. So if I'm asking you, how old are you? So, ¿cuántos años tienes instead of tiene, depending on to whom you are asking. So, how old are you? And to answer that question, for example, if I want to say I am 20 years old, so if I want to say I am 20 years old, I can say tengo 20 and años. Now, a lot of students generally ask me, ma'am, for is MR, you told us that we generally use the verb ser or estar, and now to say I am 20 years old, why are we using the verb tener? Well, the only explanation that I can give here is that by default, whenever we tell about age or whenever we ask about age, we always use the verb tener only. And again, because for is MR we generally use ser and estar, so a lot of people, a lot of students keep on using ser and estar when they literally translate from English to Spanish. But in Spanish, whenever we tell age or we ask about age, we always use the verb tener. Okay. Similarly, the verb tener is also used in certain expressions. For example, the following list that I have already written for you. Tener frío. Tener frío means to feel cold. Okay. Tener calor means to feel hot. When you're feeling hot inside some place, you can use tener calor. Tener sed means to feel or to be thirsty. Okay, tener hambre means to feel or to be hungry. Tener prisa means to be in a hurry. Tener vacaciones means to have vacations. Tener tos, to have cough. Tener fiebre, to have fever. But as always, in expressions, as I have told you earlier also, when we use a verb in an expression, we use the basic infinite form of the verb. But when we use that in a sentence, we always conjugate this particular verb as per the subject. For example, if I want to say, Martha has fever. Okay, So I will not say Marta tener fiebre. No, I will have to conjugate tener as per Marta. Marta is third person, so the conjugation for third person singular is tiene. So Marta tiene fiebre. Okay, if I want to say we all have vacations in June. Okay, so it will become nosotros. Again, the use of nosotros is completely optional. Tenemos vacaciones en junio. If I want to say you all are hungry, you all are hungry. So it will be vosotros. Again, the use of vosotros is completely optional. So vosotros tenéis hambre. So these are, again, this list is just the beginner's list. So as we go ahead, we will keep on adding more expressions, but these are the must know expressions that you should always know, that are always being used with the verb tener. So before I finish this video, let us quickly revise whatever we have learned about the verb tener so far. Tener is an irregular verb which means has or have. The conjugation of the verb tener is tengo, tienes, tiene, tenemos, tenéis, and tienen. Tener is basically used to tell the possession, the direct possession of something. For example, if you have something or if somebody has something, the direct possession, we always use the verb tener. In Spanish, whenever you are asking age or you are telling your age to somebody, you always use the verb tener. And in these, so there are certain list of expressions wherein we always use the verb tener. But again, whenever you use these expressions in a sentence, you must always conjugate the verb tener as per the subject. Okay, so that is all about the verb tener that we must know. And as always, you will find all the notes for today's video in the description link of today's video. Apart from that, you will also find the answers of the task given the previous video along with the task for today's video in the description link. Again, if you have any questions or any comments or any clarification, please feel free to write in the comment section and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. And friends, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and looking forward to see you all very soon. Stay safe and adios.